Hello everyone! Today my team and I will be talking about the evolution of some things, how they were before and how they are now. My name is Andrea and I will be talking about the evolution of technology. In the past, people lived much more simply than they do now. People wore more traditional clothes and their daily routines were slower. Many of the things we know today, like laptops or smartphones, didn't exist. Children played with their friends in the street using their imaginations. Boredom was more common. There were fewer buildings and cities were smaller than they are today. Regarding communication, few people had a telephone at home. They were much larger than today's phones and only served the function of making calls. In contrast, today we have video calls, which once seemed like a futuristic dream. Sending a letter used to be the slowest method of communication, but now social media is more efficient and allows you to be connected in real time. Also, televisions of the past were less colorful than today's screens. Today, people live differently. There are many forms of entertainment. We shop online, attend virtual meetings, and use many tools on a single device. Furthermore, there is a technology for every need that arises. Most people use artificial intelligence, and children usually prefer to spend more time playing games or watching videos in front of a screen. In conclusion, technological evolution has transformed the way we communicate, making everything more practical, automatic, and immediate. What once seemed to exist only in science fiction films is now a reality for people today.
The evolution of the bicycle from steel to carbon. In the past, cycling was a very different experience. In the 19th century, there were no comfortable saddles or lightweight materials. The first bicycles, known as bone shakers, were made of wood and heavy iron. Because of this, they were much heavier and more dangerous than modern bikes. There was any suspension, so ride was extremely bumpy. In those days, cyclists wore very uncomfortable clothes, like wool shoes and heavy leather shoes. It was the most difficult way to travel long distances. Professional cyclists in the early Tour de France were the bravest athletes because they had to fix their own bikes during the race. Today, people ride for many different reasons, and technology is changing everything. Now, bicycles are the lightest and fastest they have ever been. Most high-performance bikes are made of carbon fiber, which is stronger than steel but much lighter. Currently, many people are choosing electric bikes to go to work because they are more efficient and eco-friendly. In the city, you can see that more people are wearing specialized helmets and colorful, breathable jerseys. At this moment, professional teams are using GPS and heart rate monitors to track their performance every time. We are living in the best era for cycling because there is a specific bikes for every need, now turn road or urban. In conclusion, the evolution of the bicycle has transformed a simple wooden invention into a high-tech machine. Cycling is now safer, faster, and more popular than it was in the past.
Clothing in the 1900s and clothing today. Clothing in the 1900s past. In the early 1900s, clothing was very different from today. There were long dresses for women and there were many formal outfits for daily life. Women wore long skirts, elegant blouses, and big hats. There was also the corset, which was very popular. Clothes were more uncomfortable than modern clothes. Men wore formal suits almost every day. There were jackets, vests, and hats as part of their normal outfits. Clothing in the 1900s was more formal and more conservative than modern clothing. People cared a lot about appearance, so clothes were more elaborate than today. Clothing today, present. Today, clothing is more comfortable and more practical. People wear jeans, t-shirts, sneakers, and casual dresses. There are many styles now, from elegant to sport. Clothes are lighter and more flexible. Fashion today is more diverse and more inclusive than in the past. Nowadays, people prefer comfort over formality. Clothing is becoming more creative and modern every year. In conclusion, clothing in the 1900s was more formal and less comfortable, while clothing today is more relaxed and more practical. Fashion has changed a lot over time. Every time, old fashion was more elegant. Modern fashion is more comfortable and more expressive. Clothing reflects society and continues to evolve with time.
Hello, my topic is Claude Monet. Claude Monet was a French painter and one of the founders of Impressionism. He was born in 1840 in France, and he grew up near the sea. In his early years, he painted realistic landscapes and seascapes. His paintings were darker and more detailed because at the time traditional art focused precision and clear forms. However, Monet wanted something different. In the 1870s, he began experimenting with light and color, and in 1872, he painted Impression sunrise, and this artwork gave the name to the Impressionist movement. Instead of painting exact details, he was capturing light, movement, and atmosphere. Before, artists worked inside studios and followed strict rules. Now, Monet's style is influencing modern art, and many artists are using brighter colors and freer techniques. In his later years, he moved to Giverny and created his famous water lily series. In these paintings, he was exploring reflections and natural light in a new way. Today, people are admiring his work around the world because he changed the way we see the art. In conclusion, Claude Monet transformed painting by changing the way artists represent light and nature. Before, art was more rigid and traditional, but Monet introduced a freer and more expressive style. Today, his work is inspiring artists and art lovers around the world. This evolution shows that art was changing and he played a very important role in modern art history.